Every April, Nintendo holds their annual financial earnings call, summing up their past fiscal year as a hardware manufacturer and software developer. Today they had their meeting to review the time between March 31st, 2017 to March 31st, 2018. But tomorrow, Friday 27th of April, we are hosting our Great Nintendo E3 2018 Hype Train donation party here on YouTube, where we are aiming to collect $2,000 so that Conrad, I, and our editor Scott can meet you in Los Angeles at E3, and after that, Conrad and I in New York and Europe this June and July. The show with YouTuber guest appearances will last for 8 hours from 5 p.m. EST to 1 a.m. EST, 2 p.m. PT to 10 p.m. PT. There will be special rewards for top donators. We will play games, share secrets, and discuss the changes at Nintendo and the reports from today's fiscal year's earnings release.
The most interesting announcement was that Tatsumi Kimishima is stepping down as president of Nintendo, a decision that will be effective upon receiving approval at the 78th Annual General Meeting of Shareholders, which will be held on June 28, 2018, and the subsequent Board of Directors meeting. This shouldn't be too surprising, considering his role was to remain a temporary president since he filled the shoes of the late and great Satoru Iwata in 2015. Another thing to keep in mind is that Kimishima-san has reached retirement age. Needless to say, it was thanks to Kimishima's leadership and fulfilling the plans of Iwata that led Nintendo back to their current success, which we will go over in a second.
Replacing Kimishima is Shuntaro Furukawa, who joined Nintendo in 1994 and was the outside director of the Pokemon Company since then. He has also acted as director for Nintendo, managing executive officer and supervisor of corporate analysis and administration division since June 2016. What's interesting to note about Furukawa-san is that he's 46 years old, significantly younger than 68-year-old Kimishima. Iwata was also 42 when he became the president back in 2002. So in this regard, we thank you, Kimishima, for all the hard work you've done these past few years, as we're about to go over how you practically saved the company. We wish you a happy retirement in June, and we wish the new president, Shuntaro Furukawa, the best of luck. Get ready to become a meme, my friend.
Also, the president of Nintendo of Europe, Satoru Shibata, is the anticipated new director as an audit and supervisory committee member. Our good friend is moving up in the world. Look at that face, look at it, we love it. Now over to the numbers. The big one being the total sales of Nintendo Switch hardware and software. As of March 31st, 2018, the total number of shipped Switch units has reached 17.79 million units, and Switch software is near to surpassing 69 million. It looks like Nintendo are going to hit the 20 million Switch unit goal much sooner rather than later. If we also compare them to the Wii sales, the Switch sold more in its first year than the Wii did in its first year. Will we see the Switch continue to beat the Wii? Only time will tell.
With these numbers going up higher and higher by the minute, it's going to be harder for third parties around the world to ignore this system. If a game of theirs can be ported to the Switch, they sure as hell will try. Not only that, but Super Mario Odyssey sold over 10 million copies, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is close behind with over 9.2 million sold copies, Zelda Breath of the Wild has sold close to 8.5 million copies on the Switch alone, with Wii U close to 10 million copies as well, Splatoon 2 has sold over 6 million copies, 1-2 Switch has sold 2.2 million copies, ARMS 1.85 million copies, then the big surprise, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 being the first Xenoblade Chronicles game to surpass the 1 million mark on one single console, with over 1.3 million units sold on the Switch, and finally, Kirby Star Allies with a strong launch of 1.26 million units within the first few days. So whenever you complain that Nintendo makes too many Mario games, look at these numbers and you'll understand why. Another interesting and somewhat exciting detail to note is that the Pokemon RPG for Switch is still slated for a 2018 or later release. This should mean that Nintendo was still aiming to release the game this year to coincide with Super Smash Bros., which was confirmed as the newest entry in the popular series, Fire Emblem, and Yoshi, which also still have 2018 release dates. Just imagine how insane of a year it would be if all of those games came out in the same fall or holiday season. Of course, the or later part of that release still means that Nintendo is unsure whether or not it will be ready by this year. But we're going to remain optimistic for this. In less exciting but unsurprising news, Bayonetta 3 and Metroid Prime 4 are still listed as big fat TBAs. Though who's to say we won't see them at E3 this year? Here's hoping. But with that, thank you for watching this episode of Nintendo Switch News regarding the April 2018 earnings call. Sure, there weren't too many bombshell announcements in terms of games, but there is no doubt that Nintendo is in the middle of some big structural changes with a new president and new changes of leadership. We wish the best for everyone involved, and we can't wait to see what our new president, Shuntaro Furukawa, brings to the table.
If you liked this video, hit that thumbs up button and comment down below what you think of all these changes at Nintendo. And if you're new, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more videos related to Nintendo, Nintendo Switch, Pokemon and Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch. Finally, we want to give a big thanks to all our patrons, including royal producer Kenyatta Ali, for their financial support on Patreon. If you would like to support us financially and join the realm in exchange for some awesome perks, visit patreon.com/commonrealm. In the meantime, girls and guys, this was the Commonwealth Realm, and we will see you in the next one.